the gas station.
The gas
You know what I'm
station.
saying? So gas stations where stuff goes down at, homie. It just is. So you roll into a gas station, you need to be paying attention. Dude sets his bag down a few seconds ago, and I'm like, yo, bro, why you
Well, I
setting your
didn't
bag
even.
down?
Oh, he
Why you
did
setting
set
your
his
bag
bag
down,
down.
playboy? And next to a gas pump. So if you're gonna blow something up, like, I mean, you're setting me up. Like, my mind's already going now. Granted, I work in private security, and we get 850 million calls about there's a bag out here, and it looks like a bomb, and like and it never is, thank God. But I'm extra sensitive to dudes setting bags down. Why are you setting your bag down? I'm a chick. I just parked in a transitional space, so context. I know where I'm at. This context is important, right? Now we start to look at, all right, inside the car, you can take a few minutes and watch this dude. You can prepare something. You can get someone on the phone. This is where you make your preparation, because you leave that car, you're leaving a safe place. She just left a safe place. Now we're looking at transitional. We're looking at tactical positioning. He knows my path of travel is to that front jibby, to the door. So boom, I'm walking to the door. He's walking to the door. What you doing with your hands, playboy? So he takes his hands out. Now, are you going to ask me for money? What's going on? He's definitely coming towards me. This right here, this little window right here, is where she needs to make a decision. She either needs to try. It's too late to get back into her car. Maybe she walks directly over here and talks to this guy at this SUV. But if we're playing by the ABCs of soft skills, of situational awareness that I talk about, right now she's like in a quote orange or yellow. He's going to make contact with her, and it's imminent at this point. If she has a tool, go ahead.
She's a white woman. He's a black man. If she did the whole turnaround thing, right? Is she being racist?
Yo, we were just I was talking about this the other day, man. I get yelled at on my page because people are like, how come you don't stop posting things where black people are doing bad things, man? I'm like, bro, I'm black too, man. I wish that we would stop doing bad things too, but I don't see color, you know what I mean? So like, the reality of the situation is, when you are behavioral profiling, notice I never said you see a black man. I said, dude set his bag down for some reason. What's up with the setting down of your bag, playboy? Dude is interrupting my obvious path of travel. Why is he interrupting my obvious path of travel? I'm a female with less physical potency. I need to be making decisions proactively, right?
Yeah.
So now if I said dude looks like a gangster, which in my opinion, dude does look like a gangster. If you don't want to be treated like a gangster, don't dress like a gangster. I don't know. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a female in a transitional space and someone looks like a gangster, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, take it into account, and has nothing to do with race. Because if an enemy looks a certain way, guess what? You need to pay attention to the way that enemy looked. When we were in Iraq and I saw Iraqis with sneakers on instead of sandals, and they're wearing Adidas jumpsuits, then guess what? You're probably Alibaba, homeboy. Like, you're an insurgent. So we got to look at, and in the context of that environment, do good people or bad people look like this? This is what we're talking about. So if you're a white woman, don't be afraid. If you feel uncomfortable, make a move, make a decision, a proactive decision, so you don't get victimized. It has nothing to do with race. And if you offend him, then that's his business. Good to go. You keep yourself safe, come home to your family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get it, man. And they need to if nothing happens, right? Let's say nothing happens here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say nothing happens here. And right around this point, she just goes, rah, runs back into her car.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, okay, I was just about to get a slushie. She needs to unpack those things when she gets home. Why did I act in this way? And but I have to ask a question.
100%. And I think that's what's so dangerous about our current social environment.
Right.
When she unpacks those things, she's got a lot of programming in here, messaging in here. Like, you freaked out because you saw a black man that didn't look clean, and so you freaked out. No, man, there are some real legitimate target indicators happening right now in her environment. And she's going to weight all of this on, I judged a black guy. Like, no. There's a legitimate reason for you to be concerned. If this guy wasn't black and he was purple, he's still bigger and stronger than you, and he's about to interrupt your path of travel. Okay? That's something to consider. When I walk into a room and people look at me, I don't take it personal because I'm black. I'm 240-pound black. I'm strong enough to hurt most of them, if not all of them. That's just a fact. Yeah. And instead of having a chip on my shoulder, I take that into consideration, and I work my social dynamics so that I disarm people. I smile. I'm nice. I address people. I say good morning. I say good evening, you know, and I'm disarming people. Also, if I have to tune someone up, I've already won over most of the people in that environment. They're like, no, he's a good dude. They don't even know why they think I'm a good dude. But they think I'm a good dude because I've been being nice, getting doors for people, being a gentleman since I've been in that environment, and they're already on my side.
Do you feel like you have to do that because people have a fear of the big black guy?
Yeah, man. I mean, they do. They have a fear of the big black guy. I have to do it very often. The other side of this coin, though, is if you look statistically, man, black folks, we've been putting up some numbers when it comes to, you know, crime and violent stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we need to lower those numbers so people don't have legitimate reason to be worried about us. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a conversation a lot of people are afraid to have. I'm black and I got tattoos. I got, you know, like 60 hours of tattoos on me. So, you know, I can say these things, you know, you're brown, so you may as well be black.
I got the passport. I got the passport to make all sorts of commentary.
Right. So that's the other half of it. But yeah, man, I work very hard at disarming people that are not familiar with me. Now there's an even more interesting dance that happens is white people feel the need to tell me they're cool with black people because of all the social programming and messaging going on. And then I almost have to tell them, like, yeah, like we were totally cool, bro. Like I'm
relax.
cool too. Like, but I love that people are trying to do the dance at least. Like, hey, I'm cool, you're cool. Because there's something good about it, but it's awkward and uncomfortable.
Well, it's the nuance. It's the discussion of the nuances that are very difficult and require some brain power to actually have these discussions with people. Otherwise, you fall into the, all right, I'm a straight white male. I shouldn't say shit. Right. Or I'm
it's reverse racism. It's actually just racism, but I'm gonna call it reverse racism so everyone can follow it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's much easier to fall into these chunks of categories, right? Pro or anti. And it's like, hey, there's a nuance here to be discussed. I'm glad I brought this up. Can we watch the rest of this video?
Okay, yeah, sorry for my long answers, man.
No, I love it, man. I love it. This is what it's all about.
Yeah. All right. Okay, good. So we're moving. That's the moment right there before he's in arm's reach where she needs to either take a hard right and start walking towards other cars. Hopefully someone over there can help her, or she needs to get ready to defend herself.
What should she actually specifically do? Turn and face him, make eye contact, or at this point, it's time to run. It's time to get out of there.
It's time. At this point, it's time to beat feet. It would have been really good for her to be making eye contact with him before she even got out of her car, or as she began to walk. Yeah, like we're code red right now.
No such thing. That whole walk.
This is a software issue. People try to pretend like they don't see what they're afraid of because they're not used to facing their fears. And this comes from training and learning to actually have a self-concept of confidence and getting inoculated to facing things you fear. She should have been making eye contact with that guy the whole entire time. Like, hey, I see you. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, it would have been 100 times better for him to approach her while she's in her car with her car not in park, than for her to catch her out in the open right now. So they do make contact, and it looks like he grabs her.
Wow. And
now we're in the struggle. So once this happens, you have disparity of force. You have however many pounds she has on her, and she has to make a decision. This is where training comes in handy. All of it is where training comes in handy. You should be training your soft skills that help you see this world and see through the matrix. You should also be training your hard skills that help you survive something like this. She actually has a lot of fight in her, which is pretty impressive. You know, she's dropping her weight, but do you understand how to get out of a lock like that? Do you have access to weapons that can help you defend yourself? Because all he has to do is drop you on your head. You're not go home to your kids. You can be paralyzed, you can die, and different things like that. And
she's fighting.
And she is fighting, but if she had something in her hand, if she had her hand on a weapon, if she had a tool that could even that battlefield out, even out that score, that's where she wants to be. If she didn't have the discretion to avoid the situation, once she's in the situation, and this is why I believe training is even more important for women, because they need the superpowers. They need the tools to even the playing field. They need to understand how to attack someone who's stronger. It's more important to them. That's why I post videos like this, because I want to microdose civilians with trauma so that they start being like, like, because I have 5 sisters and women in my life that I tell, hey, don't sit in your car after you come out of work. And what do they say? Oh, it'll never happen. Or just, you're the security guy. That's why you think that way. No. It isn't going to happen until it happens. Right. But I love you. You know, I hope that every dad around the world sends these videos to their kids, you know, sends these types of videos in this podcast to people they care about so they can see this stuff happen today in 800 places around the world.
Yeah.